Hello, good evening everyone. So I decided to try and demonstrate something using a computer and a load of electronics on the 13th. And I just realised as well I've actually been soak testing it, which is not something I've actually done at home yet. So and it is, fingers crossed, still working at the moment. Anyway, basically what it is, it's an ATV project that I've been working on. It's actually the BATC Portsdown project, which maybe you've heard of. Noel Matthews came to talk to us about some other things to do with ATV a while ago, I think it was last year, and I thought it was quite interesting, so I put a receiver up an antenna up in my loft to pick up the repeater at Farnham, and at the time the news was broadcast out on that on a Sunday morning. I didn't do much else with it at that time because it's all quite expensive if you want to start building this kind of thing, particularly with digital video. But then this project was released, which is made it a lot more modular and much more affordable to actually do. So I thought, well, I'll give it a go. So basically what it is, it's a Raspberry Pi 3 with a special, well, it's just basically a breakout board on the top, a signal source, and a filter board which is switching depending on what band you want to do. So it can be 2 meters, 70 centimeters, 23 centimeters, or 4 meters, the output. And then there's a filter and modulator board, which is, I guess, kind of the heart of it really, and a couple of an RF switching board and another board to drive sort of antenna switches and things like that, so you can actually get that to automatically switch. And it's all driven by this touch screen at the front, which is the Raspberry Pi screen, so you can actually drive it from there. And then at one of the junk sales, John brought along one of these devices, which is actually a video conferencing camera. You may have seen them in offices and things like that. I saw one the other day somewhere where I was working. So I thought, well, I'll give it a go, see if I can get that to work. So I've got a board that converts HDMI to the format that the Raspberry Pi can accept in the camera port. And we'll just see if I can. Can't see. Let's just switch that over to there. So after the pregnant pause of demos, hopefully, yeah, you'll see. Now you see the spot the deliberate mistake, and it's upside down. I didn't plug it in upside down, but that's one of the challenges with it. But looking at the protocol, that's because this is actually meant to be connected to a sort of mothership, which makes it do all kinds of clever things like tracking your face and all sorts. But there's a serial port on it, and one of the commands is image flip. So that's one of the things I haven't got round to doing yet, is to actually send some stuff to it on that serial port and see if I could. You could turn it over, indeed, yes, but it's yeah, you could physically turn it over, but it's kind of a bit it'll be a bit clumsome. Whether you could take it apart and actually turn the thing inside round, I don't know, but I suspect a lot of springs and things will fly out. And
just melt on the ceiling.
Yeah, well, yeah. So that's that. It is actually, I haven't actually got a PA or anything on it, so I can't do anything like open up Farnham repeat or anything clever like that, but it is actually, oops. So I've got here, this is another thing that I built, which is the DVB decoder, which is just plugged into this, I'll turn that around there, laptop here, and there's a bit of software for receiving DVB called Mini Twin, which I don't know how you meant to pronounce that, but that's what it's called. and that will decode the signal, and you've got the constellation and everything else, and lots of other details about the signal. So that's pretty much where I've got. So now I've got to build a PA and repair an old 77's antenna that I've got, and then I'm hoping to try and open up farming with it and do things like that. The boards are surface mount, so I quite enjoy doing a bit of the surface mount stuff. It does make me feel really old though, because you can't see anything.
Imagine how I feel.
But it is doable, and this was built, in between people going Dad, Dad, and so it's taken me a while, but it's good because you can sort of stop and start with it, and I've enjoyed doing it. So yeah, so that's about the size of it really. I know the BATC at the McMichael, I've forgotten the guy's name now, it's Dave, but he's going to be there, and he's one of the people that have been instrumental in this project. And they're going to have a demo of it there, and I suspect they probably will be opening the repeater with it and things as well, so that, quite looking forward to seeing that as well. So yeah, I'll stop waffling there. Any questions at all?
It's an observation. The GPU or the Raspberry Pi 3 can invert that image in real time.
Ah, right.
You can do it without blinking. It's very, very powerful.
So all I've got to do is work out which bit of code to change.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be that difficult. I've actually brought along some details about how the software works, actually, if anyone's... So I'm by no means expert on it at all, so, but I brought some details of... That's how the electronic side of it goes together, and that's the software side.
Simon, I'm 15 years out of date with amateur TV, and the digital era is new for me. What sort of frame rates and resolutions are you able to get over the bandwidth that we have practically these days?
It's pretty good actually. I don't... At the moment, the... this is the actual camera itself is HD. It depends obviously on what setting you've got this on, but I think there's a variety of different symbol rates as well that you can, vary. I'm not sure offhand what the actual resolution is, but it's not as bad as you would think.
So it's reasonably smooth video then?
Yeah, I can show you on that. Obviously it's silly because we're only going a couple of inches, but it's the same obviously as if it was higher power.
And within what sort of bandwidth is that?
Again, I would have to check. It depends, because it depends on what the settings are on this end to actually what it's doing. But
it's not like 8 megs of spectrum.
no. It's I don't want to say anything silly off the top of my head because I can't remember. But it's not that high at all. It's pretty amazing stuff, and it will actually work with set-top boxes and things like that. So the resolution is similar to that, basically, if you've got it on the higher rate.
That's the kind of thing that I think will demo very well, because it's obviously a very visual thing, isn't it? You can actually have a bit of fun with it.
Yeah, what I wanted to do really is have it running on a set-top box and put a projector on it, but I didn't have time to get all that working. So I've actually tried it. I know you can do it on the set-top box, but I haven't actually done that yet. This is one of the things that I want to do.
Is there any precedence with regards to like license regs and like the people that appear in the image? In voice comms, it's quite straightforward, isn't it? Because you're the person speaking into the radio.
Yeah.
How does that translate over to the video?
That's an interesting question, actually. Yeah, as far as that goes with the license, I don't know. As long as you've got their permission, I think then it's okay. But, oh yeah, and I forgot, one of the exciting features of this, thanks to John's, this camera has actually got pan and tilt. Sorry, I forget. You could actually zoom in and out with that as well. So when it's all working, it would be great because you can put that up on a tripod and stick with that, and it would be quite a powerful thing. And so that's HD resolution coming out of that, so it was quite a nice find, and got to thank John for fishing them out with skips.
See you. Could you image store on that and use it on some sort of Skype network?
Sorry, say again?
Could you image store, because obviously it's possibly a wider bandwidth than ordinary Skype?
I know there is, something I've only just started, doing things with, but I know there's people that do use Skype and things to actually open up the repeater and transfer the image between two nodes and then transmit it, so it's got to be possible. It does also do sound as well, so I didn't mention that, but there's a little sound dongle in there as well, which you can do the sound with it, but I haven't done that yet, so it's...
Are the same sort of standards that you use for Hunt TV on the ISS? Or is it
I think it's very similar. This box, the decoder, this can certainly decode the ISS signal.
Did you say it's DVB?
Yes.
So it's the standards then. That's
Yeah.
broadcast TV.
Yeah, I mean, as I say, with a normal set-top box, you can, if it's on the right frequency, you can actually decode it with one of those, or indeed a satellite receiver with a converter.
Did I hear you say all the RF bits were included for different bands, or is that separate?
Sorry, say again?
Are all the RF bits for the different bands? I think you said, did you say 77 to 23, 2 metres?
Yeah.
And did you say 4 metres?
Yes.
Really? Video on 4?
Yeah, I think you have to have an NOV for it, I believe. But yeah, it is in theory possible. Yeah, I mean, it's quite a clever board. It's all so you've got various filters for different symbol rates and the different frequencies, and it's all controlled over a simple sort of 2-wire binary, bus that tells it which thing to do, and that drives the switching of which output become. And there's also, as I say, I've put a thing so you can switch coax switches and things like that one day in the distant future.